Welcome back to our weekly cosmic forecast. We are your cosmic besties. I'm Caitlin Gerhart, best-selling Penguin Random House author and numerologist and astrologer. This is my best friend Sophie Wan,
Astrologer and celestial guide.
and we are here to talk about the week of May 12th through the 18th, right?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
good.
Good job.
Woo! I always get those dates mixed up. Anyways, it's quite a doozy this week.
I
I'm
know. I
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna
don't want to
lie.
talk about it.
I don't I'm dreading this, but we're gonna get through it. And last time we did a little cosmic catch up, so kind of want to carry on with that. What's going on in your life right now, Sophie Wan?
Well, as you know, um, I, we both wrote these like really, really powerful letters to specific men in our lives and to further accelerate healing and closure. And it's so crazy because I was not actually planning on doing this, and you're the one that inspired me to do this.
I didn't
And
know.
I'm expecting to hear back on the full moon. And I'm
Yeah.
not looking forward to it.
Yeah. Sophie had some unfinished business, and I heard from my ex, and
And you had unfinished business as well.
yeah, I was so shocked to hear from him. Like seeing his name on my phone set my nervous system into a complete like freak out, which actually, here's a little tip for y'all. I was trying to figure out, I was like, I really don't want to be in a position where if I see his name on my phone, my nervous system's gonna freak out. But obviously, like going through a breakup, it's not easy. So I'm gonna feel some kind of way. And I was talking to Sophie, I was like, Sophie, I feel like I need to change his name in my phone. Like, it needs to be something really silly and really stupid. So if he messages me, I'll just laugh, right? And I was like, something like, I don't know, Twinkle Star Fairy Dust. What do you think I should name him? And she's like, just name him that. So he's Twinkle Star Fairy Dust in my phone. But yeah, I wrote him back and I was really surprised at what I wrote because I've had a hard time accessing my emotions since my breakup. And I literally just like prayed before I wrote this letter. I was like, let me just like fully speak from my heart and let me like really like say like how I feel because I was struggling with.
Mm.
And oh my God, I wrote that letter and I didn't even edit it, just one straight shot. And while I was writing it, it just was all these tears came. Like I was like shaking. I was like, Sophie came in, was like, are you
I
okay?
know. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, girl, you good?
Yeah, it was hard. It really like broke me, but in such a good way. Like I feel so good about what I said and I feel like really proud of myself for like being brave enough to voice like here's everything that I felt. And I was surprised by how positive it was.
Yeah, I mean, I read it and I was like tearing up, and I really don't cry.
Yeah, I was like, Sophie, can I read this to you? I don't know if it's good. And she's like, okay. And then I look over and she's like,
It's very moving.
yeah, I really hope he receives it with love, but whatever. I'm like,
Well, we write things for our own healing. And I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
that was important for both of us, actually. It's just like
yeah.
crazy that we literally at the same time both wrote these like really powerful letters. And for you guys out there, if you feel like you haven't really received closure for yourself in a way, like this might be something that's really helpful for you. And, we both sent it not expecting, oh, an apology or
We would like
rewriting
to not,
history. We're just like, this is because we need to say stuff.
yeah. Okay, but I would just want to say, like, you can get closure on your own. I didn't
Totally.
need to do this for closure, but in the circumstances Sophie and I are talking about, Sophie keeps running into a guy she used to date, like literally running into him physically in Austin 3 different times. And I had my recent ex-boyfriend who I was with for over a year reach out to me. And so these doors were kind of open
Mm.
and both of us were like, why is this happening? Like, why is this in my field? And what we both realized was there was unfinished business. And it's funny because everyone has been telling me for a while, like, things between you and Twinkle Star Fairy Dust just feel like they're not settled. Like things weren't
Mhm.
said. I was like, I think it's fine. There's something really I have to say. And then suddenly I just wrote that letter and I was like, oh, that was all living inside of me.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's our Cosmic Besties update. So, moving on, let us know if y'all had any relationship shifts in the last week or this week, because guess what? It's a week two. It's a week
Mm.
two. Woohoo! Okay, so the only numbers in numerology that really have to do with relationships are 2 and 6. So, whenever we're in that energy, expect major shifts in your relationship. So, this week, again, partnerships, collaborations, new relationships coming in, old relationships moving out. You might meet someone who really changes your life, or you might meet someone that you've been calling in for a while when it comes to supporting your business. Maybe you're kind of on the fence of what you should do with a situationship or a relationship. And this is a really good time for you to get very, very clear on what you actually want and need in a relationship. Actually, Sophie and I have been talking a lot about this because Sophie's out in the dating world. And Sophie had a really big epiphany. Do you want to share that?
Yeah, I mean, I just realized that like the two most important things when it comes to like evaluating and like dating is number one, consistency, and number two, like follow through. And
Yeah.
if like a guy doesn't, my whole rule is like if you don't message me within 48 hours, you're in the graveyard. You're not RIP yet, but you're in the graveyard. And like if you say like I want to see
You're
you,
on life support.
you're on life support. And if you say, I want to see you, let's make plans this date, and there's no follow through, like you're going to be in the graveyard. You're going to be on
Yeah.
life support. So, for all of you ladies out there, consistency, follow through.
Yes. Well, that's what's important to Sophie 1, but you should be getting clear on exactly what is important to you. Like what do the relationships in your life look like and where could they improve? Where maybe could you improve? Like are you being the best girlfriend, sister, wife, partner, business partner, friend to those around you, coach, whatever you are, right? And also, I want to say that 2 is all about balance and harmony and creating that in your life. And this is very like big Libra energy. It's very similar to the Libra sign in astrology. So this week is really going to ask you to find balance. Like if you're pushing for something too hard this week, there's going
Mhm.
to be some blowback, right? So like every day, like ask yourself, like, am I feeling balanced with my health? Am I feeling balanced in my work-life balance? Am I feeling balanced in my relationships? And keep trying to bring it back to a place of equilibrium. That'll be really, really important. And the last thing I'll say about the 2 is that the 2 is the number of divine timing. Sophie and I
What?
are, yeah, Sophie and I are both in our personal year twos. So like I've never felt that more than this year. My God. Let us know if you're feeling that too. But 2 is very much about that. So it's like everything in perfect timing. And you just really have to trust when you're in a 2, right? So again, if you're like, why isn't this happening yet? It's not meant to happen yet.
Mm.
Okay. So that's my advice for the 2. Now we got to talk about the astrology. And let me tell y'all, Sophie and I, and many others that we know are dreading what's happening on Monday. It's a full moon in Scorpio. And one of my friends who's an astrologer said that this moon is about consequences. I'm like, Sophie and I are like terrified. We're like, what?
I like how when you presented that to me, I like took that as like us sending our letters off has consequences, but you were like, no, no. These men that we sent the letters to are being faced with the consequences of how they've acted. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
oh,
I think
yeah.
in both of our situations, I know that my ex doesn't know how much he impacted me. Like one of my friends was like, yeah, he thinks you're just like over it. And I was like, dude, I was with you for so long. Like, it isn't just like that.
Mm, yeah.
But anyways, this full moon's very spicy. Everyone I know is having some kind of meltdown. Even the people I know who are the most solid are having something happen right now. It's intense. So do you want to speak to that, to the
I mean,
Scorpio vibe?
also, it's Mercury square Pluto.
Ah.
No.
Okay, so Mercury is squaring Pluto on Monday at the same time that we have a full moon in Scorpio.
It's like so intense, and like this square is could be really, really big breakthrough in communications or breakdowns or just something that's like massively like creates a lot of tension. And no lie, like I mean what I sent, I didn't mean in any kind of malicious way, but I don't know how it's going to be received. And so if you are somebody that has investigated something last week in the one, like this full moon, I feel like is really meant to be a form of completion and closure, but like it's gonna be going out with a bang. So I'm so curious to see how like things unfold. But like Mercury square Pluto is not a light transit at all.
Mm.
It's not the fluffy sextile stuff we were talking about last week. It is like heavy hitting. It is, and it's like powerful messages that come through for you. And this could come through in your dreams. This could come through in like just a really intense conversation. Like you just have a super life changing, intense, transformative conversation. But like it can be a little bit destabilizing for your nervous system and unnerving. And so I was just like, when I saw that, I mean, this full moon in general for me is like hitting me really hard because it's conjunct my Lilith. That's a whole nother thing. But like, I just know that so many people are feeling really unnerved by this full moon. And it's because this like Mercury square Pluto situation's also happening at the same time. So just be gentle with yourself. Like, really, like, hold that space and have compassion for yourself.
Mm.
Or be with your cosmic besties to help you through it.
As a reminder, Mercury is a planet of communication and mental thought processes, and Pluto is destruction, transformation, sex, death, rebirth. So that's like, when Pluto is meeting with Mercury, that's why there might be some life-changing conversations or communication that's had. And I
Mhm.
also want to say, in regards to the full moon in Scorpio, full moons are times of culmination. They're times of um, closure and endings, and usually it corresponds to whatever you started during the new moon in that same sign. So the new moon during Scorpio season, which was late October, early November,
Mhm.
you may have started something, something may have happened that is now coming to a completion. So go and look back at what may have been going on then. And I also want to say, like, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So it is, the sex, death, rebirth sign. And so that's part of the reason why this full moon feels so intense and so emotional. It's also a water sign. So again, like something might need to be deeply transformed and alchemized within you. And that's why this feels so intense and so painful and so much is coming up. But it's a clearing and we're gonna get through it. And just keep thinking about Tuesday. Keep thinking about Tuesday. Let's just get through Monday. Let's just get through Monday. So yeah, that's what's going on Monday. Let us know how y'all are doing with that. And then on Saturday we have something big, right?
Yeah, Saturday we have two things. We've got the sun conjunct Uranus, which is going to be interesting, like
Uh-huh.
post full moon of like what transformations come about. Because, Uranus is also the planet that rules change, and then the sun is like your identity. So there's
Yeah.
like some kind of transformation that takes place. But Mercury is squaring Mars as well. And so
Oh my
I think that
God.
this week is actually a lot about being balanced and really thoughtful and intentional in your communication with
Mm.
whatever is happening. And like Mercury is also contracts. It's so funny because my future brother-in-law is like literally in negotiations with like new companies and stuff. And right, this makes sense for him. And it's just like so stressful. But like it is really meant to test your boundaries and your limits, is to, you know, you growing into the next evolution
Mm.
of you. And you can't grow into something new until you kind of break down that old. So Saturn is kind of could be a little bit of a tricky situation as well with the change if you're not embracing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of square aspects this week. And
There are.
square means tension. So just know there's going to be some tension, but sometimes got to break down to break through.
That's
So
right.
we're just trusting in God's plan, divine timing. Like I said, this week is all about divine timing. And
And
then
then
Sunday, We got Jupiter square the nodes.
Yeah.
The north node, south node, that's our destiny points. Jupiter, expansion, abundance. So how do you kind of see that playing out, Sophie?
I mean, I think that this goes along well with like you meeting your destiny in a really transformative way. But I think that it requires you to outgrow what what you got, your comfort zone. And
Mm,
so, although it's like actually like a somewhat positive thing, I think that you'll be tested in trying to understand, like it's like let go of like what hasn't been working. I mean, which is what the full moon also represents,
yeah.
and really embrace your destined aligned path.
I feel like you could have some sort of like epiphany or breakthrough on that day too, because Jupiter is all about wisdom and knowledge. And I'm in my Jupiter Dasha right now. And I was like, woo, abundance. Yeah, okay. And like since I entered it in January, I feel like it's just been like so much knowledge has been coming to me. I've been seeing my limiting beliefs in a way I've never seen them before. I'm having so many breakthroughs that are like really more internal and spiritual. And
Hmm.
I'm only just now kind of like, okay, I'm ready to take action on some of the things that I'm now integrating. So I definitely could see like Jupiter squaring the nodes being one of those moments where you're like, whoa, I just had this big spiritual breakthrough. I
Hmm.
see things in a totally different way. And I'm kind of operating from this place now. I used to believe this, but now I kind of think that this is what's going on. And I kind of believe more in this, right? It's like your spiritual belief system is getting rearranged and it's aligning itself to your destiny that's going to carry you into your purpose and carry you through to your desires.
Yeah,
So that's a positive way to look at it. Come on, team.
I
We
know.
got this.
You know what? It's so interesting because Jupiter in Vedic astrology is really like for a heterosexual woman is really it represents the spouse and the husband. So for like you single ladies out there, um, it's really I think that this week is going to be such a critical week for you to understand like what you require, not just what you desire. So I've been
Mm,
trying to like I've been like really trying to hone in on like okay, like my dating journey is really about me understanding what do I require? What do I require?
mhm.
And I think that that day, Sunday, is this culmination point of like you really like it clicks in.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, we're gonna get through it. I'm looking at these transits right now on my phone.
I mean, before we even got on this call, you're like, I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. I
Well,
don't
we're
like
gonna get through this. I'm
with all
happy.
the like relationship shifts, it like makes me nervous. I'm like, dude, I've been through so much. I just want peace. I just want like calm, smooth sailing if I can. Come on. You know? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
I hear you on that. You deserve that. We all deserve the peace, but
Yeah.
we're going to get through it together. And you know what? I want to remind everyone and I want to remind ourselves that full moons are also really like high magic. And maybe we should also do like a little like magic ritual for ourselves to like honor the fact that we are so magical and that like it's just everything that like comes through is a form of magic. And so we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be all good, girl.
I'm certain, sorry, I forgot I can't wear these because it messes with the screen. I'm certain that everything is from the creator. Everything is, it's all happening for our best and highest. Right, Sophie
Exactly.
Wan?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess, do you have any other closing remarks to add? I'm praying for
No,
everyone. I'm praying
just
for
praying
us.
for everybody, just trying to
Yeah.
spread the light.
Spread the goodness, spread the light. You know, I told Sophie last night, I'm like, I'm doing things for the plot now.
I
Fuck it.
know,
Yeah.
girl. We both had major plot twists this like week. I was like, the fuck is going on?
I know. You almost locked me out last night.
I thought you were in bed, but you never messaged me that you went out, by the way.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't, because I was like, she never told me. I
Oh
literally,
yeah. I
yeah.
just messaged you like on my way back, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
Sophie. Oh yeah, I'm in Austin. I didn't mention that. I'm here. Woo! Okay, cool. Go do things for the plot. Have some fun. Be gentle with yourself. Go get a
It's
massage or
true.
something. Like, go do
Hmm.
something nice for yourself. Let's go get our nails done, Sophie. These are chipping. These are bad. Woo.
Yeah. We don't need to see that, but thank you. Okay.
Okay, you know what? I just graced everyone with this beautiful, calming blue color. This is nice, but a little chippy chip.
I think that's enough for now. Goodbye.
We've lost the plot now. Okay, y'all. Thanks for being here. This was such like a somber episode. It felt like it was too much like relationship stuff. Sorry for. Let us know if you're enjoying our little personal updates. Yeah, it was a little somber, and now we're ending on a high note. Nice solid high note of my blue nail polish. Anyways, we're here. Let us know how you're doing. Hit the subscribe button. I always forget to say that. Also, I am recording a 5-minute nervous system reset. I've been really into this lately, like resetting the nervous system. So you can check that out. I'm going to put it right here, and we'll see you next week.